Yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it. There's no words there to play us out. I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live!
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
In a world where cat videos and memes rule the feeds, one media company will rise above the noise.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lake Stevens High School, home of the Vikings. And tonight, we've got basketball here on STSPN.com featuring the Kamiak Knights and the Lake Stevens Vikings, as both teams are Wesco 4A, and we're happy to bring you the action here tonight. Les Schwab is our presenting sponsor, and great to have them with us, as well as a plethora of other sponsors here tonight. So these two teams set to get after it, and we'll go ahead and look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Kamiak Knights, their head coach is Joseph DeGrazia. He's in his fourth season. They start this lineup. It is Elijah Pierre. He is a 6'2 senior forward. Also starting for Kamiak, David Zeev, a 6'4 senior forward. Jeffrey Kilev also starts for them, a 5'11 guard, a senior. Maximus Christian, 6-foot guard. He is a sophomore. And also Daniel Schubert. He is a 5'11 guard, starts as a senior. So you've got Pierre, Steve, Kilev, Christensen, and Schubert for the Kamiak Knights. Let's take a look at the home team, the Lake Stevens Vikings. The head coach is Alex Iverson. Alex is in his second year as head coach of Lake Stevens. He starts his lineup. Cooper Graham, a 6'3 guard forward. He's a junior. Also starting for them will be Javon McFerrin. He is a 6'2 forward center and a senior. Brody Pierpont is a 6'2 guard forward. He is a sophomore. Mega Hunter starts as a guard forward. He is a senior. And Daniel Guzajo will round out the lineup. He's a 6'1 guard forward sophomore. So you've got Graham as well as McFerrin, Pierpont, Hunter, and Guzajo. This place is loud. We're right across the way from the Lake Stevens band, and they're getting set to take and play another song coming up here. We're going to take a quick break. It's STSPN.com.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
I am the beast.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Hey everybody, it's basketball time and there's a lot of energy in this room today. Tonight we have Lake Stevens hosting Kamiak. They have similar colors. Kamiak's in the black uniforms. They have purple numbers and letters with some white trim. For Lake Stevens, they're in the white uniforms and they have purple numbers, lettering, and they have purple and gold in their color scheme and down the sides of their uniforms. So it's time for us to have a great time broadcasting this game tonight. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, and Sarah Elvig here tonight on STSPN.com. It is also a game presented by Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952. That ball is going to go that direction as on your television. It is Kamiak going from right to left. That band was really cranking over there. And they're straight across from us, so we definitely hear it. That rims out. Shot that time by Jeffrey Kieleb. Nope, not going to fall there. To get you the information on how these teams are doing. Kamiak's 5-5. Now, this is their first conference game, Todd.
It is.
Yeah, and for both teams, actually.
Did you see the size of that flag?
Oh, I'll tell you. They dropped the flag out of the ceiling for the national anthem, and I thought the one at Snohomish, and it is very nice, but the one here, it's got to be almost twice the size. Basket is good by Elijah Pierre, and there it is. Kamiak's on the scoreboard. Almost a minute into the first quarter. How did I get so fortunate to get to be with you and Sarah 2 nights in a row? Last night we were at Snohomish in the girls' Snohomish victory. they got it done, and done in a big way as they played against Edmonds Woodway. And then here I am tonight. Lake Stevens with the basketball. Going to try to go inside. He's stepping through there. They're going to have a grabbing foul right there on the baseline. That'll be the first foul of the game. I want to mention, too, they have scored that a three-pointer for Pierre. So that one is going to be on Max Christensen. That's his first foul, first team foul. Lake Stevens ready to inbound. There you go. And a little scramble for the ball. That's a nice move. Popping it in is Mackay Hunter and gets the Vikings on the scoreboard. 3-2 the score here in the early part of the first quarter at Lake Stevens High School. This is my first trip into this gym. I was at the old gym many times, but just the way the schedule has worked out, I haven't had a chance to get into this gym. This is a beautiful facility. And they have those scoreboards, and hopefully we'll get a shot of, there he is again, Mackay Hunter. Lead switching for the first time as Lake Stevens is on top 4-2-3. Each team with 5 timeouts to get things started. We got a 2-shot foul coming up. That foul is going to be whistled against Javon McFerrin. Oh, check, that's on the Knights. Wait, that's not right.
No, on the Lake Stevens.
It's on Lake Stevens. He announced it wrong. Miss on the foul shot. They really didn't make that clear. Where's it? I look at the scoreboard.
Player 4.
Okay, that's on Javon McFerrin then. That'd be his second foul. I don't see where they have a really cool scoreboard here, but they don't list who the foul's on. I mean, for something of that magnitude, which is a big video screen up there, the fact that they don't list the player fouls, it just seems very odd. Stolen away. Traveling. So each team committing a turnover. I mean, I'm looking up there, and I don't see it.
Player 4, foul 1. Right underneath the time.
Oh, got it. Okay. Take back what I said. There it is. It's just getting used to where that location is. Yeah, they got it right in the middle. So
it was
very good.
Too obvious.
Underneath, sweet move. Coming through is Brady Pierpoint. And it's 6-4 now. 2-point lead for Lake Stevens. This is their biggest lead of the game, so we were tied there briefly. Driving through, and we got a blocking foul. That is going to go against Lake Stevens. Foul call, and let's check this one out. For Lake Stevens, that is going to be called against Daniel Guzajo. First foul. Driving through, he misses the shot. I know something that's missing up there. Well, let's check in and see on team fouls. There it is. So they list the player foul and then how many fouls, and then down below you got the team fouls down in that area. So Lake Stevens has 2 team fouls and Kamiak with 1. I'll quickly catch up to this modern technology.
Well, if they had like a little video next to it, we could actually send replays up to it.
Yes, we could. Daniel Schubert called for the foul. His first, second team foul. Foul shot is good at the foul line, Mackay Hunter. He's now got 5 points in the game. 5 of the 7. Brady Pierpoint has the other 2. That's perfect, right on the nose. That's his Brody Pierpoint. Kamiak with the basketball. That's a long ways out, and it is perfect. That is sweet magic out there. Max Christensen, and he averages 17.5 points per game. Foul will bring 2 shots, and we're going to see Mackay Hunter at the foul line once again. That foul is on David Zeev, his first foul. And going to the foul line is actually Gazaho. Gazaho's first shot is good. Gazaho and Makai Hunter look kind of similar out there. 9-7 is the score. 2-point lead, and here comes the next one. Going to miss on that. That's knocked out of bounds. It's going to Kamiak. 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Lake Stevens leads 9-7 on STSPN.com. Want to thank Adrenaline Fundraising. They'll sponsor our player of the game, which we're keeping an eye on in the early going as well. And thank you, David Wright of Adrenaline Fundraising. We got a parent T-shirt to give away too tonight, Todd?
Yes, we do.
You came fully stocked. Fakes the shot. Kamiak driving to the basket, and that one comes out of there. They get the rebound. That's a smart move right there. Yes. Dropping it in will be Max Christensen. He's got 5 points, and the ball game is tied 9-9. Kamiak about to make a substitution. Andrew Kim will come off the bench and join their lineup. That's a slick-looking move right there for Lake Stevens. Brody Pierpoint, but not coming through. Andrew Kim is in the lineup now. Glacier Peak is just off to a tremendous start, Todd. They're 11-0 and 2-0 in league play. Their RPI is number 1 in the state of Washington. Thrown away. Second turnover for Lake Stevens. Kamiak blasts out of backcourt. That was a slick-looking move, too, but it doesn't fall. Lake Stevens, the Vikings coming the other way. Oh, that was nice, and that's going to be 2 shots. He drew the foul on that splendid move going in. Andrew Kim is called for the foul, his first. That's team foul number 4 against Kamiak. One more, and it's bonus time. That's the change this year. You get up to 5, and then it's bonus time, and you're shooting 2 shots the rest of the way. On the money. Uzaho. He's got a couple of points now. And next one coming up. It finds a home. 11-9 as Lake Stevens is on top. Let's check on that player that came in for Lake Stevens. Devin Freeman is now in for the Vikings. Excellent drive to the basket, and that is good. David Zeev getting his first 2 points of the game, tied at 11. The way this one's starting out, Todd, we might see a lot of lead changes and ties in this ball game. These teams are pretty evenly matched. Kamiak coming in at 3-6, 0-0 in league play. Their RPI is 37. Kamiak's RPI is at 25. This time the foul is against Andrew Kim. That should be 2 on him. And the foul shot is good. Yvonne McFerrin connecting on the foul shot. In for Kamiak is Alex Lundquist. Let's see if you can get them both right here. We're seeing a fair amount of fouls here in the early going. Perfect. So he's on the board. It's 13-11. Kamiak will come out of backcourt, looking at going with a half-court offense right here. 2:54 to go in the first quarter on STSPN.com, broadcasting worldwide.
Yes, we are.
Stolen away. See if he can make the finish. He does. That is Pierpoint. He's got 4 points. Lake Stevens with their biggest lead of the game at 4 points, 15-11. Kamiak trying to drive in. That's stolen away. Turnover number 3. Lake Stevens, he's having a little trouble controlling the dribble. Finds his teammate. Oh, yeah. Count that basket for Pierpoint. He's got 6, and it is a 6-point lead for the Lake Stevens Vikings. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the first quarter here at Lake Stevens High School. Can't find that time Christensen. Now Christensen will get way out there. 11 on the shot clock. They have a great shot clock system here. Poked away, and the drive taking it in is Freeman. And an 8-point lead for Lake Stevens here at home. This is their biggest lead of the game, 19-11 on STSPN.com. 1:48 to go, first quarter.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
Set to go. Here we are. Kamiak with the basketball coming out of backcourt. They trail 19-11 with 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Max Christensen, full name Maximus. Andrew Kim kicks it out. Loose dribble, and that's going out of bounds. Last touch by Kamiak. Their 4th turnover of the game. 1:28 to go. First quarter action. 30 on the shot clock. As they get the fresh one to get set to go, Lake Stevens can put this lead into double figures. Knocked out of bounds. Lake Stevens will have the rock. They inbound right in front of the Kamiak bench. That's going the other direction. You got get it almost all the way down to the basket for Kamiak. He's wide open right there. We haven't seen a 1-3 ball. That's Elijah Pierre. Hit one to get Kamiak on the scoreboard. That's a 2-pointer. Coming through is Grady Rorich.
I like that hair out there. Got the multicolored on the top there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Little variety. Oh, yeah, there he is right out front for Lake Stevens. That's number 11 you see on your screen. Off the left side of the rim, chasing it down will be Pierpoint. Lake Stevens with 23 seconds on the shot clock, 24 in the quarter. There's about 4-second difference right now as the clock is winding down. The Vikings lead 19-13. A little fancy dribbling out there. I think it's time to execute. And it works inside. Wow. That is Brody Pierpont. He's got 8 points off the excellent pass from Javon McFerrin. And we're through one quarter, 21-13. Lake Stevens is leading Kamiak as we go to the second quarter here on STSPN.com.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Second quarter coming up here at Lake Stevens High School. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig on STSPN.com. Kamiak will inbound. A little trouble with the dribble right there. Lake Stevens way out high, putting some pressure on. Strong quarter for the Vikings. Brody Pierpoint had 8 points in the steal. Turnover number 5 for Kamiak. That one close, but not falling. Kamiak loses the ball again. This guy's really got a nice drive to the hoop. That is Brody Pierpoint. He leads all scorers with 8 points. He had 4 2-point field goals. That's a nice-looking shot. Coming through, Alex Lundquist. He connects on a three-pointer to make it 21-16. That's the second three-pointer for Kamiak. Underneath, turnaround jumper. Sweet magic right there, Javon McFerrin. That was really cool. And again, Todd, we saw a bit of a fade on that. And, Todd, the basket was just a beautiful mid-range jumper.
No, game is all the hype was.
It's got a great feel to it.
Yeah. Good energy.
These teams matching up really well. Turnaround jumper by Max Christensen. He's got it and has 7 points in the game. It's 23-18. Biggest lead of the game for Lake Stevens has been 8 a couple of times. There's a reach-in foul. Got a lot of substitutions coming up. Elijah Pierre is called for the foul. That's his first foul, first team foul. We got like hockey, we got a line change. How do you like my Kraken road jersey, or sweater as they call it?
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
Thank you very much. That's from Debbie and my mom for Christmas. Going to the Kraken game tomorrow night, in fact, against Ottawa. Travel called against Lake Stevens. That's a fun night out right there at Clement Pledge Arena.
Oh, yeah. You can get a Kraken ticket. That's
it's Nordic night tomorrow night. So we get a free hat that's got all the Nordic flags on it. Great pass, great finish by Lundquist. He's got 5 in the game. It's a 3-point lead for Lake Stevens. 6:10 to go in the second quarter here at the home of the Vikings. If that goes in, it was acrobatics, and that almost found a home in the basket. Stolen away. 7th turnover. Going the other direction. He's fouled. No doubt about that. That is Brian Tillman, who's going to go to the line with 2 shots. Foul is going to be called against Aaron Pierre. His first foul. Second team foul. So here's Lake Stevens a chance to get it up to a 5-point lead. Tillman at the foul line has not scored a point as of yet in this game. There's the first shot. It's good. Lake Stevens with a number of foul shots in that first quarter. They were 6 for 6. He's got a chance to put him at 8 for 8 right now. Great form at the line. That guy has worked on his foul shots. You can tell he's practiced, Todd.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Just keep at it. We were talking last night about players like LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, that how much they took and shot to be so good. Missed shot, follow-up. Oh, that's a tough break. 5:32 to go, second quarter. Yep, missed on that next opportunity. That's a grab. Lake Stevens foul. I don't see it on the roster. The PA announcer also did not announce who that was foul on. Just announced the number. Oh, that's a tough miss. You got to close on those. That's a case where you got to use the glass. That could have put Lake Stevens up by 7 points. Their biggest lead has been 8. Cutting through, stepping in, traveling. Fourth turnover against Lake Stevens and a couple of substitutions. Elijah Pierre is back in. So is Andrew Kim. Elijah started the game. He averages 5.8 points per game and also 5 rebounds. Kamiak trying to cut that deficit. 4:47 to go here in the first half. Yeah, they got a couple of spots for both the quarter clock and the 3-point clock on each end. Driving the other direction. That's batted away. Kamiak going through. 2 shots there. No doubt about that one. Foul's going to be called. That's on Brian Tillman, his first. Team foul number 2. Andrew Kim is at the foul line with 2 shots. 4:26 left here in the second quarter. That rims out of there. Substitutions for Lake Stevens. Devin Freeman is in, and so is Makai Hunter. Makai is starter in this game. Devin came off the bench in that first quarter. Next one on the way for Kim, and he nails it. Kim with his first point in the game. And those were the first 2 foul shots. There was one in that first quarter, too. But the first 2 foul shots here in the second quarter. 4-point lead for Lake Stevens, and driving through. That is going to be an offensive foul. Good positioning by the defense for Kamiak. Lake Stevens' foul is on Brody Pierpoint. He's got his first foul, and that is team foul number 3. Pierpoint quiet so far offensively, Todd, in the second quarter. He had 8 points in the first quarter. It's a 4-point lead for Lake Stevens, 25-21. This one just feels great. It's fun to be out here. These teams are playing tight and close. Very entertaining for the fans. That's Christensen chasing it down in backcourt. It was poked back there. He wants to go all the way in, and he can't get that one. Off the backside of the rim is the Vikings. There they go, 2-on-1. Nope. Seen a lot of missed layups here recently in this game over the last couple of minutes. Kamiak will have the basketball as it was last touched by Lake Stevens. In for the Vikings, Javon McFerrin. McFerrin has 4 points, 2 in each quarter. He's 2 for 2 from the line. He hit a 2-pointer. Whoops, get back there, guy. David Zeeb was ready to come in a little bit early. 3:37 left, second quarter, 25-21. Kamiak can close the gap. Drive in. Kim's got it. Can't get that to fall. Strong rebound. We got a held ball. Looking at the arrow, and that is going to be possession of Lake Stevens. 3:26 to go. Second quarter, 25-21. Lake Stevens coming out of backcourt. Handling the dribble is Cooper Graham. Graham averages 7.1 points per game, but he has not scored in this one. Vikings with the basketball, moving it real nice. Look at that. That is Pierpoint off the pass from Javon McFerrin. Back to a 6-point lead for Lake Stevens. 3 minutes to go, second quarter. And they lose it on the dribble. 8 turnovers for the Kamiak Knights. Out of Mukilteo, beautiful area. Traveling, 7 turnovers for Lake Stevens. Lake Stevens is trying to get up to their biggest lead, matching that, or perhaps another point on there with a 3-point basket. 2:45 left, second quarter. Kamiak with the basketball. Trying to break through. Defense is strong for Lake Stevens. There is a 1-on-2 on the double team. Christensen, they work it around. No, that's a tough one. Excellent follow-up. Daniel Schubert averages 10.8 per game. There's his first 2 of this one. Kamiak needed that basket.
Yes,
you don't want it
did.
all too far behind. Now they've cut it to a 4-point deficit. 2:16 left. We are in the second quarter. Looking inside, can't find anybody. The defense for Kamiak was real strong. Look at that. Floating through the air is Mekhi Hunter. 6 points. That's his first 2 here in the quarter. Make that 8 points. He had 6 in the first quarter. Soft touch, gets it done. Zeev hits the basket. He's got 4 points, 2 in each quarter. He is 29-25. A great back and forth game here in the second quarter. 1:38 left in the second quarter. And it looks like an offensive foul. That was against Javon McFerrin. Second foul. Team foul number 4. Looking at the timeouts, Kamiak has 4 left. Lake Stevens has all 5 left. Kamiak working out of backcourt. Bounce pass down low near the basket. That's a tough thing to try to make happen there with that defense in your face. Christensen. Boy, was that nice. Christensen gets it, and he has 9 points, 4 in the quarter. 1 point game. 29-20, and a steal. Christensen coming down court, finds his teammate. Oh, look at that block. That was excellent defense by Cooper Graham. 1:01 to go, second quarter. Oh, that was really sharp. Fans showing their approval, appreciate the hustle. That's what's so fun to watch. Hustling ball players, diving for loose balls, playing the great defense, playing fundamentally sound. Christensen misses it. Lake Stevens with the ball. They've got a 1 point lead. Kamiak whittling that deficit down by 7 points. Steps in. He almost traveled. Devin Freeman, 4 points now, 31-28. 36 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Tight defense, and there it is. No matter how tight it was, Elijah Pierre finds a way to drop it in, averaging 5.8 points per game. It's a 1 point game. Shot clock is shut off. 17 on the quarter clock. So usually you're going to see him work it down a little bit. That's a 5-second violation. Kamiak has a chance to take the lead, Todd. They are down by 1, 31-30. 10 seconds exactly left in the second quarter. Let's see if they can make it happen right here.
Sorry, our clock has 10.4.
Okay. The Aucutt time. Look at that, too far out. Almost got the superstructure. Lake Stevens, just off the mark. We got a great ball game going on here tonight. 17 points in the quarter for Kamiak. They've got 30. And then here in the second quarter, it was 10 points for Lake Stevens. So they scored 31 or 21 in the first quarter. And this time around, Kamiak outscoring them 17-10. Makes for a great third quarter coming up. And we'll take a break. This is STSPN.com. Basketball here from Lake Stevens.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
This is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and you know that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Wolfpack, this is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract. Take it on.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. Cue rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best. Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun, I promise you.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling. United by purpose. Defined by the cause you fight for. It's not about you! We're together, get over the hump! No one can ever take away
You earned this, Marine.
what it means to be among the few the proud, the Marines.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. I am the beast.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
For 45 years, Snohomish County homeowners have relied on Home Comfort Alliance for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical because of their award-winning customer service. Thousands of reviews reference Home Comfort Alliance as professional, knowledgeable, efficient, and technicians who are courteous, and they take the time to explain things. For all your home comfort systems, call 1-833-COMFORT and make your life more comfortable with Home Comfort Alliance.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. I am the beast.
Here we go. It is 31-30. Lake Stevens is leading. I'm Mark Aucutt along with Todd Elvig. Our presenting sponsor tonight, Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. Also, let's welcome on board American Family Insurance. You want some great insurance, talk to Sally Petty, the agency in beautiful Monroe. Kamiak with the basketball. They'll now be playing in front of their bench. Black uniforms as they go left to right on your screen. Lake Stevens in the white. Kamiak turning it up in that second quarter. They got 17 points, outscored Lake Stevens 17-10 after Lake Stevens had a sizable lead. A lot of missed layups here. Part of that is due to the players having to adjust on the fly.
You know, we got we have Glacier Peak and Lake Stevens on Friday.
Okay, are you here?
No, it's at
Peak?
At the Peak.
And they are 11-0. You look at that with the #1 RPI, that's pretty impressive. Brian Hunter, their head coach, had a leave of absence last year and then back in the saddle this year. Sometimes you got to take a break.
Yeah, he did that with his family, and it was. He said it was really good for him.
Off the back of the rim, and it is Kamiak basketball. They'll blast out of backcourt. They'll drive in, soft touch, and guess what? Kamiak is on top, 32-31. Lake Stevens is led by as much as 8 points on a couple of occasions, so that's the second time the lead has switched hands. This one's been tied 3 times, and that was real early on. I thought we'd see a lot of that, but not. 8th turnover for Lake Stevens. They're also playing right in front of their bench. That's how it works in the second half. Kamiak with the basketball and 6:38 to go, third quarter. Home Comfort Alliance will take good care of you. They're in Snohomish and King County, driving through and popping it in. David Zeev, he's got 8 points. 6:22 to go. Lake Stevens with the basketball. And a miss. Max Christensen coming out of backcourt. Dishes one over to the right side. He had to adjust. And the player for Lake Stevens got a piece of it, but Elijah Pierre finishes up. He's got 8 points, 2 3-pointers. He got the 3-pointer to get Kamiak on the scoreboard in that first quarter. 37-31, a 6-point lead. Lake Stevens working hard. 2 shots. Foul is on Jeffrey Kielub, his first foul. First team foul. Brody Pierpoint is at the foul line. He has 10 points. A real strong first quarter with 8. And then 2 last quarter. Hits the foul shot. That's his first foul shot of the game. Kamiak can see their lead drop to 4 points if he hits the second one, and he does. Looking at Wesco 4A, Mariners in last place at 1-7.
Who'd they win against?
You would have to ask me that. That's non-conference. Jackson's in second place. They're sitting at 7-3. Underneath that is going to be a miss. Traveling. Lake Stevens called for traveling, and that's turnover number 9. Kamiak will have the basketball. Lake Stevens about to bring in Alex Lundquist, who saw a fair amount of action in that first half. He had 5 points in the second quarter. Daniel Schubert is the second leading scorer for Kamiak. Schubert only has 2 points. He averages 10.8 per game. Timeout called by Kamiak. This is a 30-second timeout. 5:14 to go here in the third quarter. It's 37-33. Kamiak Knights on top.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. I am the beast.
37-33, 5:14 to go. We are in the third quarter. Kamiak up by 4 points. They've got the basketball and work it up high. Daniel Schubert with the ball, working out of that point guard position. Backing up a little bit now. The Lake Stevens defense looks really good at this point. 4:58 to go. Cross-court pass. 5 on the shot clock, now 3. And there's going to be a grab. That'll be called against Lake Stevens. Foul's going to be on Javon McFerrin of Lake Stevens. That's his third and the first team foul here in the quarter. 4:47 to go. Third quarter action. And look at that drive by Max Christensen. Puts him into double figures, Todd. He is now at 11 points. and had 9 in the first half. You were talking about a T-shirt there.
Yeah, if you know
Pick it up.
somebody that's here at the game.
Look at that move by Pierpoint. 14 points. He leads all scorers.
If you know somebody here at the game, text them. Tell them, come on down here. First person down here gets the shirt.
Yes, that is a nice parent shirt. Blocked out of there. It's a 4-point lead for Kamiak. Lake Stevens working it around the perimeter, outside the 3-point line. Look at that. Good ball movement. Yes! That is Javon McFerrin. He hits the 3-pointer as they really were moving that ball. And that's what you have to do. You got to keep that ball moving. You got to throw the opposition off balance. And they did it very well that time, to where you had the man wide open over on the left side, and McFerrin was able to bury that 3-ball. Kamiak driving through. Way outside. He hits it. That is Daniel Schubert getting his first 3-pointer of the game. 42-38, a 4-point lead for the Kamiak Knights. 3:17 to go right here at Lake Stevens High School in the third quarter. Drive through. Oh, tough lucker. Out of bounds, last touch by Lake Stevens. And a couple of substitutions. One of them for Kamiak is Andrew Kim. Also for Lake Stevens coming in, Brian Tillman. Kamiak working out of backcourt. They've got the 6-point, make that 4-point lead. Their biggest lead has been 6 points at 37-31 here in the quarter. There's another shot by Schubert. Pretty close, Todd. Pretty close. So those T-shirts for the parents, for proud parents, it's sponsored by the parents of the Larson girls over there at Snohomish High School. We saw them last night, talked to Mr. Larson, and it's grit, handcrafted wood. You know, we kind of missed the boat on that one. I should have brought him up and just put him on the air to talk about their product. We got to do that sometime when we're at Snohomish. 2 shots coming, 2:33 to go, third quarter. Foul is going to be against Kamiak, David Zeev. Third foul against Zeev. And team foul number 2. Heading to the foul line will be Pierpoint. Got a nice touch. 3 for 3 from the line. That's all here in the quarter. Cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. And the next one is good. So he has 6 points in a quarter, 16 in the game. He would be high up on the list for player of the game, wouldn't you say, Todd?
I would say so.
Yeah. Oh, look out. Gets it underneath. That's a good time to kick it out. Last touch by Lake Stevens. 2-point lead for the Kamiak Knights. 2:17 to go. We are in the third quarter. A really nice, tight game. Competitive. Each team has been able to build a bit of a lead, but then the other team comes right back on him. Kamiak, he's driving through. Andrew Kim misses the shot. They battle it around, look like volleyball for a short second there.
Which we cover.
Yes, we do. That's a great sport. I just love announcing basketball and volleyball. Love the pace. On the other side of my life, I announced the Washington Husky volleyball games and Seattle Pacific University. That has provided me some great fun through the years.
Now, you've got a big event coming up on Monday.
I'll tell you what, it is a big event. Underneath, yes. And a push-off. Count the basket by Brian Tillman. He now has 4 points. We are tied. Tied for the 4th time. That foul is going to go against Kamiak. Foul is on Alex Lundquist. That is going to be his first foul. And team foul number 3 against the Knights. Now I've really learned how to read that scoreboard. I believe I'm going to get something special for that. At the line It's a miss for Tillman. Yes, this is a big one. So I announced the various sports there for the Washington Huskies public address, and I got a text yesterday. Would I be interested in announcing at the viewer party, the watch party, the viewer party for at Alaska Airlines Arena, home of the Huskies, Heck Edmondson Pavilion. And he was in and out. That's right. There it is. They're having that on Monday, the same time as the game is going to be on. We got him? There's a mom right there. She's not only does she get the shirt, she's the coolest mom because she's got a San Francisco Giants hat on. There you go. It's my favorite team. You get the picture? Get her name, would you? Anyway, Todd, it was made official today that they were doing it. Concessions served, all that stuff. And the arena seats 10,000. In 1 hour, they sold all 10,000 tickets. 1 hour.
Wow.
That place is going to be insane in a very good way. There's a timeout on the floor. Let's just keep it here. So I don't know if any of our listeners were able to get that. I mean, 1 hour, they sold all the tickets, 10,000 seats. So I'm going to have a blast with that one. That is coming up on Monday as the doors open at 4 o'clock and the festivities start at 4:30. Washington Huskies playing for the national championship against the Michigan Wolverines. It got pretty scary there. Did you watch the game the other day, the Husky game?
I did not.
It got to the point where it was I had to lay down. I had to lay down because my blood pressure was cranking. And they pulled it out 37-31 over Texas, and that allowed them to advance to the championship against Michigan on Monday. Huskies have won 21 straight games, and they also have the same colors as these teams.
They do.
That is going to be something special on Monday there at Alaska Airlines Arena. I maybe might have to wear some earplugs. It's going to be loud in there.
It is.
But thanks to the UW for asking me. Knocked out of bounds. That's been a fun gig these past 10 years.
I can't even imagine.
Seen some great athletes come through in teams. Knocked out of bounds. You've had volleyball make the Final Four and women's basketball make the Final Four, and baseball, the other sport I announced, made it to the College World Series in first time in school history in 2018. Not saying I had anything to do with it, but kind of, because you're trying to create a positive atmosphere when you're announcing. 39.4 seconds left. Kamiak's going to have the basketball. Tied 42 apiece. How's that? You know, that looks really good with the score you've got up there, 42 apiece. And then you've got the roller with other games up there.
That's the past week scores.
Down it goes. That is Max Christensen. He now has 14 points. I'll tell you, he's a definite candidate. He hasn't won yet this year, has he?
No.
So he is a candidate for player of the game. We try to spread that around. Miss Christensen gets the basketball. It is a 3-point lead for Kamiak. I like the way he got through there. Look at that follow-up. And that is Brody Pierpoint. He comes through a 1-point game, 45-44. We got a tremendous fourth quarter coming up here from Lake Stevens High School. Man, this is great basketball on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
Go.
We are back live at Lake Stevens High School. It's a 1-point game, Todd. You picked a winner here tonight. You got another one coming up on Friday, is that right?
Yep, Friday, Glacier Peak and Lake Stevens.
Yeah, underneath. That was a super pass to set it up. Yvonne McFerrin now has 9 points. 46-45. Lake Stevens is back on top, up by 1. Their biggest lead has been 8. Yeah, I like these headphones. Christensen hangs on to it somehow. He's in a lot of traffic. Thinking shot behind the back. Look at that. Oh, man, if that would have gone in, that was a really nice behind the back pass by Elijah Pierre. It's thrown away. 10 turnovers for the Lake Stevens Vikings. Look at this. Oh, man. That's a couple of shots that they've missed that had they hit those two, that's wizardry. Wizardry out there. Out of bounds. Christensen will inbound. He's a sophomore. Just a sophomore. And again, for Kamiak, at this point, our leading candidate for player of the game. Be fun to talk to him. You know, the other thing is that Brody Pierpoint is also a sophomore, and he's having a big game for Lake Stevens. Those two are the top candidates for player of the game. 6:57 to go, fourth quarter. 1-point lead for Lake Stevens. There's Kamiak kicking it outside. Oh, man, they've had 3 shots that were in the cylinder, and they just have not got them to fall, Todd.
Yeah, I think this is going to come right down to the wire, if you ask me.
Yeah, there you go. Javon McFerrin and a 30-second timeout. 49-45. It is the Vikings up by 4. We'll be back after this. All right, I'm going down there. This fellow Coug. We're back. Kamiak with the ball in the front court. What's that?
Amazing basketball.
It really has been. This has really been a fun game. Foul on the floor. That goes against Lake Stevens. Javon McFerrin. 4th foul on McFerrin. And team foul number 1. 0 team fouls for Kamiak. This one's going to be out of bounds. 6:24 to go, fourth quarter. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig here. She's on the camera, on the spot as usual. That's who's running the show. We haven't checked in with quality control down in Magnolia. We'll have to get a vibe as to how that's going. There you go. Rebound and up high. Oh, man, he come through there well. Missed. They're getting some shots. Count it. Looks like a foul, too. That was sweet. Zeev now has 10 points.
They haven't updated the
This
score.
is a really fun game. Foul is going to go against Lake Stevens. That's on Lundquist. First foul? I thought he had one before that. Miss on it. You got to make those. You got to make those. In a tight game like this, it's important. That was his first trip to the line. Strong rebound. Look at this. He's had a great drive many times tonight. Elijah Pierre. Oh, yeah. Daniel Schubert. Remember I said earlier he Hadn't scored. Well, now he's up to 7. And he averages 10.8 points per game. He may hit that by the end of this one. Shut off. Working it around. 5:25 to go. Fourth quarter. Look at that. No, he can't get it to fall. Lake Stevens ends up with the basketball. And coming up on 5 minutes to go. It's tied at 49. Game tied for the 5th time. Lake Stevens' biggest lead has been 8 points, and the biggest lead for Kamiak has been 6. Poked away, 12 seconds on the clock. Now 10. Drive in. Can't get that to fall. It was a really nice drive, but he just didn't have enough to get that shot to drop. Two shots. Okay, that's going to be a foul called against Mackay Hunter. For Mackay, that's his first foul. Team foul number 3 against Lake Stevens. That one thuds off the front of the rim.
We got a longtime viewer says that the Seahawks might want to keep an eye on Penix Jr.
Yeah, I'd say so. Javon McFerrin into the game. Yeah, I'd love to see him do great in the NFL. He has been so much fun to watch these last 2 years. You really got to like the fact that he came back again this year. That would really help. It does help his draft value. I love watching that left-hander pass the ball. Blocking foul, 2 shots. 4:12 to go, fourth quarter. That is going to be a call against Elijah Pierre. Second foul. And a team foul number 1. First shot is good by Pierpoint. He's also had himself a whale of a ball game. Lake Stevens up by 1. That old Jim that was here was, there you go. He's got it. Mackay Hunter, he's got 8 points. 3-point lead. But the old Jim, it was a little scary going up the to the top. Whoa. Yeah, it was like riding a surfboard.
Well, you would lose your equipment in the.
Yeah, it would fall down because there was no backs to the to the seats, to the underneath us there, and for radio we couldn't get a signal out of here.
Max Christian.
52-49.
The next.
Well, we've got a signal tonight, all right.
Well, we sure do.
Lake Stevens gave us a nice network connection.
Yeah, times have changed, and for a very good way there. Christensen can't get that to drop. That's a miss. There's Christensen. He's got it. Takes it in. 16 points for him. It's a 1-point lead for Lake Stevens. 3:22 to go. Fourth quarter. Knights down by 1. Lake Stevens with the basketball. Every possession is huge. Oh, look at that pass. Yes, indeed. Elijah Pierre got it done, but that was from Jeffrey Heleb. He just kind of flipped it back, and the lead switches hands again for the 4th time. Looks like we had a timeout called by Lake Stevens, and that's going to be a full timeout, Todd. 2:58 to go, fourth quarter. Kamiak leading 53-52.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and you know that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
in the end, we're fighting for each other.
Wolfpack, this is Witch Doctor. Request immediate hot extract. Take it on.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Hey, we're back here live, 2:58 to go, and we are in quarter number 4. 1 point lead for the Kamiak Knights. Lake Stevens will have the basketball. 22 on the shot clock. After the timeout that was called by Lake Stevens, they have 2 timeouts left, and Kamiak has 3. And in it goes. Brody Pierpoint, 20 points. Lake Stevens up by 1. Tough lucker. Here come the Vikings out of backcourt. Look at that move. It's too bad it didn't drop. Devin Freeman will go to the foul line. Kamiak called for the foul. That one is going to go against Elijah Pierre. His 3rd foul, and 2 shots coming up. Definitely used some body language on that one. Rebound pulled down by Kamiak. Kamiak with the basketball, trying to make something happen here. Here comes Lake Stevens after getting the steal. Lake Stevens with a high pass up outside the arc. Drive. That is magic. Makai Hunter has 4 in the quarter and 10 in the game. It's 56-53.
Moving screen there.
Yeah, no kidding. Air ball goes out of bounds. Lake Stevens ball. 56-53, and a timeout. It's a full timeout called by Kamiak. 1:49 to go here in the 4th quarter. 56-53. On his head. 1:49 to go, 4th quarter. 56-53. Lake Stevens by 3. Right. It is good by Brody Pierpoint. A 5-point lead for Lake Stevens. Somebody made it funny during the commercial timeout. Todd, you never fail to crack me up. All right, Kamiak with the basketball. Look at that move by Christensen. They're down by 5 points. Can he make it happen? He does. 18 points for Christensen. It's a 3-point game. Lake Stevens out of backcourt. Here they go. That was really good passing. Back up top, coming up on a minute to go. And we are in quarter number 4. That foul is going to be called against Jeffrey Gileb, his second foul. Team foul number 3. So 2 timeouts left for Lake Stevens, 2 timeouts left for Kamiak. They've each burnt 3 of them. Turnaround jumper. No good. Now this is a key possession for Kamiak. Smart move right there as Schubert dumps it back. Timeout called by Kamiak. That is their 4th timeout used. 47.1 seconds to go as we are in the 4th quarter. And what a game we've had tonight. More coming up on Friday. Once again, what's that matchup?
Lake
Stevens at Glacier Peak. All right, Todd, let's keep it here. And this is a huge possession. So let's go to a commercial. Okay. We'll be back with more.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
All right, 58-55, and Kamiak will have the basketball after their full timeout. They have 1 timeout left. Lake Stevens has 2. Boy, that horn.
You got to love that.
Yeah, it's a beauty. Kamiak with the basketball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. It's money time right now. Be smart. No, it's stolen away. And almost coming back. That's going to be out of bounds. And it will be Lake Stevens basketball. We have been entertained with a great game here tonight. These 2 teams with pretty even records. And they have not let us down with their competitive play, their hustle, and some great shots made, too. Lake Stevens basketball. Now that's up. That's like an air balloon. There it goes. Look at this. Oh! Traveling.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't either. That's just, I didn't see that coming. 29.8 seconds to go. The shot clock is dead. And a 3-point lead. Now, they had a foul to give. But it's a whistle and a timeout. 27 seconds to go. Let's take a timeout. Okay, so
in 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
Okay, let's talk about some more sponsors. McDaniel's Do It Best Hardware. They've been an STSPN sponsor since 2010. Monster Energy Drink, the official drink of Todd Elvig. U.S. Military, Army, Navy, and Marines, Washington Officials Association. Thank you, Jeff Matson. Grid Handcrafted Wood. Bickford Ford. Not open on Sundays because family matters.
It does. Wow.
Foul is going to be called against Kamiak. That will be their 4th foul. So they had one to give. Each team now with 4 fouls. See who they're going to call this one. So over the foul that time is going to be against Schubert. It's his second. Another timeout. That's a 30-second timeout called by Kamiak, and that's going to clear the board of timeouts for them. Yeah, Bickford Ford, that's where you got that beautiful red truck that Looks like it could be in the monster truck in a couple of weeks there at the Tacoma Dome.
Oh, man,
You
that'll
got
be a
that
good time
baby
there,
jacked up. Now you got some serious springs on that thing, don't you?
It's not as smooth as those new Pirellis that you got.
Yeah, I got some new Pirellis today, and so I feel on my Ford Escape, I love that car, and so I feel more like I'm driving a Ferrari. And there is a certain resemblance between an Escape and a Ferrari. Okay, Lake Stevens trying to inbound. That's poked away. I like the hustle by Elijah Pierre. So, again, this one is not decided. If Kamiak gets the ball back, hits the three-pointer, we're going to be tied. Christensen applying good defense, knocked out of bounds. That's going to stay with Lake Stevens. The Vikings will have it. This is an interesting sequence right here. 23.2 to go, fourth quarter. And now this time Lake Stevens calls a timeout. 30-second. That's going to be their last timeout. So each team has burned them all. And let's take a break on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Hello, everybody. Mark Aucutt, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig, broadcasting worldwide and intergalactic. Lake Stevens with the basketball. They're going to try. They got fouled. That's going to be team foul number 5 against Kamiak. Foul goes against Jeffrey Kieleb. That is his 3rd foul. So they're in a bonus time. At the foul line, you've got Javon McFerrin. McFerrin has 11 points. Let's see, McFerrin hit foul shots in that first quarter.
We're going with number 5. We're going with,
First foul shot is good. That's a big one. Ranging our post-game show guest, if Lake Stevens hangs on. 20.8 to go, and that's good. Not good, rather. Bounced out of there. 18 seconds to go. 4-point lead for Lake Stevens. There goes Christensen. The sophomore misses the shot. 10 seconds. Pure Point into front court. Having a great game. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. And that's a bump foul by Schubert. That should put him to 3. Yep, 3.1 to go. And I think Lake Stevens has this one. A 2-possession game, 3.1 to go. First shot is good. That should definitely ice it. 60-55. We were truly and have been entertained here tonight. This has been a blast. And I hope that all of our viewers have enjoyed it as much as we have. Off the backside, 2 seconds, 1 second. He's got to fire it. It's not going to matter. Oh, he almost hit it, though. That's it. Lake Stevens wins it 60-55. And they are able to go to 1-0 in conference play. Really entertaining game here tonight at Kamiak. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout, and then we'll be back with our player of the game from Lake Stevens, Brody Pierpoint, on the post-game show. Hang in there, everybody. We'll be right back. Back here live as we are at Lake Stevens High School. The band plays on. We got our player of the game, Brody Pierpoint, coming up here. He's going to put the headsets on, or the cans as they're known in the industry. We're going to talk to him. Sarah is working on getting him up here. We got TBN radio here tonight. Here comes Brody. Man, what a great game for him. Pop him on there. Brody Pierpoint, 6'2", guard forward, a sophomore. Great job out there. Man, we get him up.
He's up. Is it close enough?
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What a fantastic game this was. I mean, this was highly entertaining.
Yeah.
You never knew who's gonna win this thing until the very end. And you guys got it. We have you for 20 points, and it was a consistent 20. You had 8 in the first quarter to set the tone, and you also had a strong third quarter offensively. But you also were doing a good job with the rebounding. Talk about your game tonight.
I came in here. I was like, it's our first league game. We really need to get a win. A couple of our games before we were down, but after practice, we got really good practices in, and we were like, we're gonna win this game, and we knew we were gonna win this game. We all had confidence in each other. We weren't getting down, and we all had trust in each other, and I thought that's the reason why we won. We all worked together.
Teamwork is dream work, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You guys had fun. Let's talk about the different things you did out there tonight. You got some boards. You got points. You had a really complete game out there. Is that something you strive for?
Yeah, I mean, I focus mostly on rebounds, but lately I've been shooting the ball a lot, and I think it's been working, both of them together. Got a few assists in there. I just try to really do everything, try to level out all my stats, make sure that I'm rebounding, assisting, and scoring for my team, making sure I can help the most that I can.
You know what the thing is, that is definitely a team player right there. And, when you do stuff like that, you create opportunities for yourself and for your team.
Yes, sir.
So that's a great way to go about it. Look what we got for you here. Did you give me 2 of them?
Yeah, this is the player of the game.
Player of the game.
That's for you. Hold that
that's
up.
from Adrenaline Fundraising, so we're going to have him hold that up. And, again, that's a highly coveted Player of the Game T-shirt.
Hold it up to the camera. There you go.
Hold up to the camera. We'll get you there. And then what's this one for?
That one's for his dad or mom or whoever
That's for his dad or mom, and this is from
Proud Parent shirt.
Yep, Grit handcrafted wood.
Thank you.
So you're coming out of here with some swag. And how about studies? What do you like to study? What's something that you enjoy?
That I enjoy? Well,
I mean, a class subject.
Gym class? Weight room?
Gym class, I like that.
Well, they got a great future in broadcasting then. That will lead right.
Thank you.
It paid off. So, hey, thanks a lot for coming up.
Thank you.
You got any family around here tonight?
Yeah, right there.
Right there. Hey, Sarah, will you get them? We like to get family on here. There they are. There they are. Who do we have here?
That's my sister crying right there, and then that's my mom.
Okay. Who's this over here? Is she part of the family?
Oh, that. Yeah, that's one of my really close friends' mom from my AAU basketball team. Yeah.
Nice. And then, so good to see you. And we like to get the family involved, as that's something special we can do. Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. It was really fun watching you play out there.
Thank you.
And the entire Lake Stevens team.
Thank you.
Okay, Brody Pierpoint. As we wrap it up, and again, our final score, Lake Stevens Vikings 60, Kamiak Knights 55. Lake Stevens goes to 1-0 in Wesco 4A, and Kamiak drops to 0-1. Lots more games coming, as we certainly enjoyed this and the Snohomish game last night, and we'll have Lake Stevens and Glacier Peak on Friday. That's going to be a good one. Thanks, everybody. On behalf of Todd Elvig and Sarah Elvig, I'm Mark Aucutt saying winning is for tonight, but sportsmanship is for a lifetime. You have a great rest of your evening, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.